In the last class, we were talking about how this Surya Bhagavan not only manifests in all forms, also he is the giver of everything. And also we saw very carefully that even if the Vedic rituals called Agnihotra, so in the form of Agnihotra, Surya Bhagavan is there. That's why Agnihotra and other rituals are always connected to Surya. In the presence of Surya it is been done. So as we are seeing more and more, so the gratitude, what we call in common language called devotion. Please understand the difference between gratitude and devotion. Generally, an ignorant person or common person names this as devotion. Because when you, let us say, divert your emotion to the higher things, that is called devotion. Whereas with understanding, we call as expressing gratitude. That's why a devotee may fluctuate and supposed to fluctuate. Whereas a person of understanding will not fluctuate. When the sense of gratitude is inherent, you can say when it is your part of your system, definitely there is understanding, and at any circumstances you will never fluctuate. So the whole thing is being taught that how to jump from, let us say, emotion to devotion, devotion to gratitude. So we can have this topic sometimes, okay? It's a nice fancy. Emotion to devotion, devotion to gratitude. So when we try to see this growth, here Surya Bhagavan is a tool. Especially if you look at, I am supposed to summarize with it, but now I am trying to summarize beforehand. Especially when you look at Lord Ram, such a great personality as we have discussed. Now he is having some type of anxiety, some type of uncertainty in him. That's why his energy is low. And this is the last weapon, you understand, last war. Either he has to win or he will be defeated. This is the last goal, or you can say last ball of the cricket match. Instead of a cricket match, better to talk about football or soccer, okay? Because cricket ball, one ball over. Somehow you manage. But here, goal to give a goal, it's a lot of fight, lot of things, teamwork, lot of things, okay? So better go for soccer or football rather than this cricket, okay? Cricket has no much value. Only this Britishers, again, they spoiled in India, putting cricket, okay? Okay, let us not get into. So, when Rama himself, the embodiment of dharma, embodiment of all virtues, still he had some turmoil in his life called emotions. And of course he had devotion, not that. Because in fact he was Dharma Purusha. And more than that, he happens to be born in the clan of Surya. So being born and brought up in that atmosphere, definitely there is a devotion. That is not to be questioned, not to be talked at all. So that means what? Emotion and devotion already there. Just look at as a person. Let us not conclude him as a God. Then imagine, now this Surya Stotram Aditya Hrudayam in the form of Aditya Hrudayam Avastya gives. Now lives the life of sense of gratitude. Because the moment you start living with the sense of gratitude, if you want to talk psychologically, your chest or heart expands. The heaviness in you, please understand, most important aspect in life. The heaviness in you slowly dissolves. So wherever there is a sense of gratitude, the sense of heaviness definitely resolves. So that is what is being highlighted. Let us go along with this background, the next verse, or else I will be talking out of the context. Devascha 24, okay? Devascha kratavaschaiva kratunam phalam evacha yani krityani lokeshu sarveshu paramaprabhu. Devascha kratavaschaiva kratunam phalam evacha yani krityani lokeshu sarveshu paramaprabhu. He goes a little further, that this Surya Bhagavan is not only earlier was Vedic rituals, but it also manifests as gods, different gods. Devaha. And of course Kratavaschaiva. So Kratava means Vedic rituals. So all rituals that we do, again it is connected to Surya. They say beautifully that Surya, already we have seen it very carefully. Surya is the direct giver. And of course through the Surya, the air, water and all other elements are highly influenced. As the story goes, just because long time I didn't bring any story, let me bring some stories, okay? As you know, the story goes about Kashi Vishwanath. So there is a beautiful saying we have, that whoever does whatever papa, whatever omission and commissions, what we call sin if you want to use, but not good, by taking a dip in Ganges, it goes away. That is what the belief, that is what people feel, both. That's why we say Mother Ganga is nothing but called, in fact Ganga is nothing but called Mother. So by mistake it came out Mother Ganga, okay? The warmth of her is something entirely different. Like how when the child goes to a mother, how feels comfortable, protected. Hey, I'm not here to make you emotional now, okay? Don't visualize to come here now, okay? Now situation is very bad, okay? Please be wherever you are, okay? However, coming back, that's why we say, unless you have some punyam, really to live near the Mother Ganga is not possible at all. That's why many people do not look forward. To be very honest, in my childhood, I was also craving how to be with Mother Ganga, but I never knew that I'll be here, okay? To be very honest. Some punyam was there, no doubt in it. Coming back, the story goes further. If this is the case, but nobody is free from this sin, still it continues. How is it possible? So this was the argument between Parvati and Lord Shiva. See, everybody takes bath, in millions of people take bath in the Ganges, but nobody is free from. So how is it possible? As usual, when this sort of question comes, Lord Shiva smiled, and of course, hey, why are you smiling? Please answer me. I am curious. Okay. Now Now let us go down, because it is not this sort of answer I cannot give you. Let us go down. But we cannot go in the form of Shiva and Parvati, because if you go in the form of Shiva and Parvati, they will say you have come from a theatre, okay, putting some dress. People start throwing at stones. So that is not possible. Then what to do? Then they change themselves. Lord Shiva became a very old man, like a dying old man with a lot of disease. And of course Parvati became a beautiful woman. Now they are lying down near the Ganges. The Lord Shiva dying down and Parvati is there crying, crying, crying. So whoever, what happened? So each one tries to look at, because of a beautiful woman, one old man is lying down crying, what is happening? No, actually he is my husband. What? Many people look at husband, huh? Old man. What is this? And each one started, okay, someone, okay, what is the problem? Some of them out of concern asked, what is the problem? The problem is that he is being cursed. That's why suddenly he has become old, and this is the process. But the one who cursed a saint said that, okay, there is a remedy. If a person who considers that he is completely free from sin, give some Ganges water in his mouth, he will be free from the curse and he will get back his old form. That's why I have come here. Now everybody tried to, but the moment they dig deep, again come back, no. And hours together, many people tried, many people ignored, many people did not look at, different way, different things happened, but not a single person could come to give some water. And of course, Lord Shiva and Parvati had to vanish carefully, run away carefully. That time Parvati asked, what happened? Why? This is what Lord Shiva explained very carefully. Actually, when they take the deep, they are free from the sin. But the moment they get up, through the breathing, thinking comes. So as the thinking comes, new thought comes. Through the air, now again they incur papam. Their thinking process takes over the papam. And they know they are not free from it. So Ganga does its job, don't worry. From Ganga, again all the sin gets back in the form of thoughts and thinking. So what I am highlighting here is that our thinking process is the most most dangerous thing or most critical thing for all of us. So that's why what is to be done here is Surya being directly connected to the thinking process. Let Surya guide me. Let there be sense of gratitude. And when you have sense of gratitude, of course you continue whatever you want. And how to look at? I will give you a small clue with all of you today. When you look at problem, any problem in your life, I am giving you a very good clue today, okay? How do you look at problem? Be honest. Whenever there is a problem, if you want to get into chakra concept, or you don't want to get into the chakra concept physically, where do you focus? You will discover most of the time either with your abdomen area or your chest or heart. Yes or no? Anytime, any related to any problem, either it is related to your abdomen area, you will see some type of difficulty, some type of vibrations or some type of uncomfortability, you can say, some type of discomfort you will discover in your abdomen area or on your chest, heart. That's not healthy. If you can manage consciously with reference to any problem, this is called trick, how to handle the trick. Okay, like this. Any problem you want to handle in just like we say chutki. See, all the trick I have, okay, I generally don't use for me, okay, to be very honest. Because always I allow me to go through. There are certain situations I allow myself to go through. Because if I don't go through, tricks and techniques is not good. But if you have strength, you must go through. If you don't have strength, of course you must use this, okay? Which is very good. So use your Agya Chakra. The moment you use your Agya Chakra with reference to any problem, even if a person is dead in front of you who happens to be nearer and dearer ones, the moment you use Agya Chakra, visualize, relate with the person with Agya Chakra, you will discover, you will think of ahead. Always, you will be always in a high pedestal, high thinking. And your energy will be higher. And there will be objectivity without any doubt. And this thinking process can happen only with the grace of Surya. That's why when Surya is stronger, especially I am giving you another trick. Make Surya Nadi stronger while you have some issues in you. So make sure your Surya Nadi is stronger. So once Surya Nadi is stronger and influential, active, automatically you will discover that your effect will not be to under the lower chakras, but slowly it will come up. Let me stop here. This trick, okay? There are more other tricks are there. So okay. So that is how the Surya does very carefully. That's why we'll be coming 2-3 verses related to that. It will be easier to understand with this background. Because by doing Surya Stotram facing Surya, especially here in this case Aditya Hrudayam, slowly and steadily, of course you have got now meaning visualizing it, you will discover without your knowledge, you will develop not only objectivity, you will start focusing all your related problem from your Agya Chakra. Okay, which we have discussed in details in Shiva Samhita. Why and how all the tricks and techniques have been discussed. Please refer or listen to Shiva Samhita time to time. Because whatever we have talked in Shiva Samhita, I don't think next time we will be able to talk, okay? Please. However, so here it says, not only that, Kratavaha, Vedic rituals, also Kratunam Phalamevacha. So those who do Vedic rituals, of course the Phalam, even the result of also is Surya. Means because of Surya everything happens. And Sarvesu Lakesu, Yani Krutyani, that means Sarvesu Lokesu, all worlds, Yani, whichever activities is available, that is also because of Surya, Parama Prabhu. That means what? In short, he himself becomes available in all sort of activities in the world. That's why we say, unless there is fire in you, you cannot move. And that fire is Surya. Can you see? We are saying now, unless there is fire, look, unless there is fire, the person cannot do anything. He's a dull fellow, dumb fellow. So that fire is Surya. So highlighting here that what we say, God is omnipresent. So when we say omnipresent, the concept of which one? Material cause, okay? Abhinna nimitta upadana karana, okay? So because the moment we say God is omnipresent, it highlights material cause. Then we say omniscient becomes nimitta karana, efficient cause. But omnipotent is missing. So this omnipotent aspect is being highlighted here, that God is available in the form of all activities. So whatever you see activities, that is nothing but Surya. That means Surya is not only omnipresent, omniscient, also omnipotent. Okay, let us look at the next verse. Enamapatsu kutsreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha enamaptatsu kutsreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha kirtayan purusha kaschin navasidati raghava kirtayan purusha kaschin navasidati raghava. Beautiful says. O Raghava, who says? Rishi Agastya. Coming back, okay? O Raghava means you belong to Raghu clan. You have a lineage. You people never go back. Always stick to the dharma. You have never given importance to your likes and dislikes and preferences. Or else you could have enjoyed as a king. You have come here for what? For dharma's sake. You have taken such lot of challenges. That's why being reminded the history of the person. That's why when you are being reminded your past, you should not be affected. Remember this point. If somebody reminds your past, and if you feel offended and affected, that means you have not grown out of your past. If you are being reminded about your past, and you have grown out of it, and if somebody is really that time reminds you, you will smile at, in fact you will take further. So Raghava, so what happens to Raghava? Apatsu. So apatsu means with reference to calamities, means with reference to external obstructions where you don't have any thing at all to do. So what we call as Adi Daivika. And of course Kuchresu. So Kuchresu means with reference to adverse situation, adversities. So adversities can happen because of some other people. Adi Bhautika. So some people, some beings can create difficulties for you. So these are called adversities. And of course says Kantareshu and Bhayeshu. He uses this word. Kantareshu Bhayeshu. Kantareshu means when you are in a difficult position. So difficult position means difficult. That difficulty is being created by you. You are caught up with yourself. Adhyatmika. Externally. And Bhaya means fear. That is also Adhyatmika, internally. So all these three tapas, three adversities, three type of afflictions we have. Adhyatmika, Adibhautika and Adidavika. So all this related to that, because this is what we all go through. Nobody is free from it. Because we all are mishras. Remember this. So mishra means mixture of papa and punya. That's why we are called human being. That is how we are born. Or else we would have become God, or we would have become animal. Remember this much. That we are human being, that means if we have a package of a papa and a punya. So when we have a papa and a punya, whether you like it or not, in life there is there is also you understand? else life is boring. You understand? Every time, don't you think it will be boring or not? And of course, whether you will get bored or not, other will get bored, okay? Please. In Tamil Nadu, they'll say, I don't want to see your munji, okay? Enough of seeing munji. Show your mukham at least, okay? Mukham is, munji means face, okay? A long face called munji. However, coming back to the point here, that with reference to all the adversities that we come across, difficulties that we come across, during that time, if a Purusha, if a person, anybody, Kirtayan. So that means Kirtan means the one whomsoever, the person, Kaschit Purusha, whomsoever person, Kirtayan. So Kirtayan means what? The one who starts singing the glory. When it says singing the glory, this is beautiful. Kirtan is a very nice way of looking at it. Generally we think Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is what we think Kirtan, okay? Actually this is one form of Kirtan, but this is not Kirtan. I'm sorry. So when you start singing the glory, that means you are one with the glorious thinking. Can you see this point? Unless you are one with the glorious thinking, will you be able to sing? You cannot. I have seen personally, even if this Hare Krishna, because in the childhood, in my teenager, I was jumping like anything. Really, that was good to do. Because during that time, you completely forget who you are. So in short, you will be able to sing the glory of God or anything when you are one with that glorious thinking. That's why, so here it says, when you do kirtan, you start singing the glory. That means Surya and you, there is no difference. So your worries and anxieties doesn't create a barrier, doesn't create any obstacles. That means while chanting this Aditya Hrudayam, while understanding, you are completely with the Surya God. So this oneness is being expressed in the form of kirtana, singing the glory. Not, you understand, this is one form, not no doubt in it, but the meaning is this behind it. However, what happens to that person? He says, na avasidati. That person will never get destroyed in life. Because we say the destruction, the worst destruction happens in life is called self-destruction. If we observe our life, in every stage of our life, whenever, wherever destruction happened or happens, there the self-destruction is the key. Like, as you know, Basso was telling this Jameya, the example, don't get into the black horse. Okay, you can get into the black horse, but don't go to south. Okay, you can go to south, but remember, don't look at river. Even if you look at river, no problem. Don't look at a lady who is taking bath. Okay, nothing wrong in it, you can take, but don't fall in love. Yes, okay, you can fall in love. Don't get married. Okay, you can get married. Don't make her queen. Okay, you can make her queen, but don't make her principal queen. And finally, Janmeja did exactly what is supposed to be done. So how it happened? So the self-destruction is the destruction in our life. So here is being highlighted, when Surya comes in your picture, definitely there cannot be self-destruction. Can you see this point? Okay, then let us look at the next 26. पूजयस्वेन मे काग्रह देवदेवं जगत्पतिं एतत् त्रिगुणितं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यति. पूजयस्वेन मे काग्रह देवदेवं जगत्पतिं एतत् त्रिगुणितं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यति. He says yuddhesu with reference to yuddha, battle, war, because here it's a contextual. Yuddha, not necessary battle means only you have to go to the war, everyday war, okay? The conflict that you have, whether to get up or not to get up, whether to answer the person or not to answer, whether to respond or not to respond, whether to do or not to do, whether to go to office or not to go to, whether to resign or not to resign. You understand? All these kind of war we go through. He says, Yuddhesu Vijayisasi, you will win, means you will come to a conclusion. Always you will be in a favorable situation. And remember one thing I noticed. This is called training the mind. If you have trained the mind, you will discover right time, mind will make you to make right decision. Whereas if you have not trained mind, training mind, many things are involved, okay? God's grace, this, that, lot of things are there. Let us not get into. That's why I am putting in short, training the mind. If you have not trained mind, you may struggle to take decision. Most of the time decision will be in favorable. Sometimes it may not be. It's not like India. When oxygen is shortage, they are planning to make plants. Oxygen plants, okay? Now when the oxygen plants will be everywhere, there will be no oxygen required. Then how to maintain that? That will be another question. Now this is to produce more number of nurses and doctors, because if third wave comes, there will be problem, issue of nurses and doctors. Just I am telling you beforehand. First time was a ventilator issue. Second issue, oxygen. Third issue is going to come, which will be much more dangerous, that called shortage of doctors and nurses. You will have everything at your disposal, but these two will not be available. Already started actually. You cannot think of. All the doctors are now online helping. Nobody wants to help physically. This is a new trend now. Hey, people don't have issue. People want to talk now. When you go to a doctor, talk few minutes physically, you get relieved. Not over this thing. Even if we have got online classes, nothing like sitting in and talking it. When you are directly listening to it, that warmth, that enjoyment, you will not get this online, looking at this computer screen. I am sorry to say. But okay, we say nothing is better, something is better than nothing. Okay, now let us continue. At least we are tuned, we are talking, we are listening. Some 1 hour energy is different. Good. However, coming to the point, he says beautifully, how to do this kirtana. He says, Deva Devam, the one who happened to be the Lord of the Lord, who is Surya, and Jagat Pati. So Jagat Pati means the one who is the Lord of this universe. Already we have discussed, you know, I don't want to get into this thing. This Surya enam ekagra pujayaswa. This is a beautiful point. So you need to do the worship being single pointed mind. So pujayaswa means worship. As you know, worshipping is nothing as an act where you get an opportunity to accept that as a part of your life. Worship as an act, worship as we look at is a process where you get an opportunity. The object of worship becomes part of your life. For example, if you worship Vishnu, automatically Lord Vishnu becomes part of your life. If the Lord Vishnu doesn't become part of your life, that is not worship. That's why we say whatever deity you worship, that deity becomes part of your life, also has to protect you. Whenever there is any issue, go back to that deity. Ask that deity to protect you. And that deity will be helpless to protect you. Remember this point. The deity will be helpless. In order to, because deity doesn't have any choice. Has to protect you. So that's why we hand over our responsibility to the deity. Can you see this? How clever we are, okay? Hey, oh God, you take care. So that's why here is being said, how to do that? This puja, ekagra chitta, one pointed. So you and Surya, that's why the kirtana comes there. So you and Surya, the worshipper, the object of worshipping and the process of worshipping becomes one. So that means you are completely tuned with that. And you will discover, once you are completely tuned with that, you will discover yogic ways. Automatically, your energy will be higher. You will be able to relate with reference to your Agya Chakra. And remember, anything you think through the Agya Chakra, it has to happen. Refer Shiva Samhita. However, then he says, how many times I should do? He says, etat trigunita japtva, into 3 times. This is Aditya Hrudayam, into 3 times. You can start with 3 times, 6 times, 9 times, or 12 times. For 12 Adityas, you can go for 12 times, also allowed. Or else 1 time every day is good enough. Regularly, if you are doing, 1 time is enough. For special purpose, you can go for 3 times. Suppose you are in a crisis, you can go for 12 times. I would suggest this much. So 1 time, 3 times, or go for 12 times. So etat trigunita japtva yuddhesu vijayisyati. Definitely one will win over the difficulties or the war, the conflict that one is having, both externally and internally. Okay. If this is the case, then what happens? Let us read now. 27. Asmin kshane mahabaho Ravanam tvam jahishyasi evam uktva tato gastyo jagamasya yathagatam. Asmin kshane mahabaho Ravanam tvam jahishyasi evam uktva tato gastyo jagamasya yathagatam. Says, oh Mahabahu, started with Mahabahu, now ending. Okay, now the time has come to withdraw. Well, he did his job, now he has to withdraw. Okay, oh Mahabahu, oh mighty Arab, oh warrior, great warrior. Tvam asmin kshane Ravanam jahisyasi, gives the reassurance. This is, after all, end of the day, you need this. Okay, so you say what? Definitely you are going to Jahisyasi, going to destroy, slay or kill whom? Ravana. At this moment, very moment. Etat kshane means don't worry, I am reassuring you, I am blessing you. That's why we say, we'll be discussing this point. It's a very beautiful point to observe. Okay, let me give the translation, then I'll come back to the point. Tvam jais evam uktva, thus speaking thus, or having spoken thus, Agastya, the Rishi Agastya, Jagama sa yathagatam, Agastya, Rishi Agastya went away as he came. This is how we look at it. How to understand that you are going out of conflict. If the process of conflict or towards the end or any type of conflict you have, towards the end or when the conflict is in the peak, better the word, towards the end you will not understand. When the conflict is in the peak, if you get immediate reassurance from the people, those to whom you respect, not from whom or from whom those who respect you. You understand? There is a difference between people, those who respect you, and to whom you respect. Because anyway, those who respect you always will give you reassurance. Like Rama, all his warriors, means all his, let us say, including Hanuman also. Hanuman was equally great. Lakshmana is equally great. All are great. But they were loyal to him. Of course, they will reassure. Because all of them worship whom? Rama. Rama is the admirer. Rama is the role model. Rama is everything. They are working for Rama. In fact, that is not going to boost you at all. In fact, that will lead differently. Whereas whom you respect, can you see this trick, very big trick of mind? Whom you respect, if that person reassures you, you will grow out of conflict very quickly. Can you see this point? It's a very big thing. In life, if you observe, all your conflict is related to one or two people, not more than that. Sometimes only one person. Whether it's your father, mother, sibling, later on partner, wife, husband, whatnot, or child. Always the conflict is related to only one person. Sometimes extension of one will be two. Sometimes. Now when there is a conflict, remember what generally we look at? We look at not reassurance, reascertainment of our thinking from that person. Whereas here is being said, you need to get reassurance from external person, starting with, to whom you respect. That is the clear sign. So here Rama respects Agastya. Now Agastya gives clear assurance, hey, you are going to kill that too now. Now because of that reason, what happens to Lord Rama? Rama is entirely different. And how Rama is become different? In fact, that I think we will see tomorrow and complete the text. Okay? Please close your eyes.